General Hospital star Maurice Benard speaks of bipolar diagnosis. Maurice Benard, the actor who plays Sonny Corinthos, on General Hospital admits to suffering mental illness while releasing his memoir, Nothing General About It. When ABC soap star Maurice Benard first starts acting, he is warned by his acting coach not to mention he is bipolar or mentally ill. The coach says if he is honest about it, he won't get the job. All My Children. Maurice Benard gets his first role as Nico Kelly on All My Children in 1987. There was something the producers and fellow cast members didn't know at that time. Benard has already suffered 2 mental breakdowns at that time. However, not only has Maurice hidden his bipolar diagnosis from the cast and crew, he is also hiding this from his closest friends and family. People speaks to Benard, 57, in an exclusive interview about his memoir, Nothing General About It. It is at this time, Maurice opens up about his acting coach telling him not to mention his mental illness. If he had, he says he would not have got the part. Benard writes about this in his memoir, describing his experience as being on the high end of the bipolar disorder spectrum. Maurice struggles with anxiety, suicidal thoughts, depression, manic outbursts, violence, and hospitalization. While this is hidden during his successful working life, he is now prepared to open up and tell his story. General Hospital. Maurice admits he is leaving himself vulnerable in his book. He says this is especially so when recording the audiobook version. He says, "Oh man, I would cry like a baby and then pull myself together and keep going." In the memoir, the actor speaks of a lifetime of performing for an audience. As a boy, he sings for his parents' friends at their parties and loves the attention he receives. This leads Benard to become obsessed with perfecting his performance to get the best applause. However, in the meantime, Maurice suffers manic episodes, including one at the age of 21. He says he becomes so violent, his parents had to call the police. Benard is then admitted to a mental hospital. At the age of 22, he is diagnosed with bipolar disorder. The young Maurice is prescribed lithium, which he says is a heavy-duty drug. However, it evens out the chemical imbalance in his brain. In his memoir, he describes lithium as being a miracle drug, as it allows him to function normally. Successful career while bipolar. After starring in All My Children, Maurice goes on to star in several television movies. He eventually ends up on the cast of General Hospital. Benard has played the role of popular tough guy Sonny Corinthos on GH for 26 years. Maurice does admit to taking himself off his meds twice because at the time he was feeling great. He says his head told him he didn't need to take any medication as he wasn't sick. However, things would change in 1993 when he is married to Paula. In his first week of working on the set of General Hospital, he has his third, most violent mental breakdown. In the book, Benard writes of the experience in detail. He says 2 weeks into filming, he starts hearing voices. By the end of the second week, he is totally delusional. While in his role on General Hospital, he is a method actor. Everyone believes he is merely very much into his role. However, at home, he also acts like his GH character, saying he was being tough, mean, and lethal towards his wife. Maurice confesses to Paula. After his voices tell him he should confess to Paula, he writes in the memoir that he told his wife about the strip clubs he had been to and the other women in his life. While he speaks to her, he says he is twitching and crying. While Paula is angry with him, she is also in tears as she is so frightened. Maurice grabs a bottle of wine and downs it before throwing it at Paula. He then holds her toy poodle over his head, threatening to kill the little dog. Benard also threatens to kill his wife, while she tries her best to talk him down. When he eventually falls asleep, his wife calls his psychiatrist, Dr. Noonan, who writes him a prescription for a tranquilizer. After Paula goes to the drugstore to pick it up, she returns home to her husband, standing with a broken bottle in hand. Maurice goes back to his meds.